on. Do you know what that means?
No, I don't.
Like, drink.
Taiwan on, get drunk.
Yeah.
But I want to look up the origin of that word, those words together.
Hello, and welcome to WayTooBroad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculously excited grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hi, Hannah. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
I was lip-syncing with Hannah the whole time. Hannah, did you notice, and did you like it?
No, I didn't have the camera switched over.
I am so sad because I was, like, so in sync with you.
Wow. I mean, I believe you. Mm-hmm. But there's no recording of that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So the listener and I are in the same position now, which is we're just gonna have to take your word for it.
Yeah. I've been lip syncing with her that whole time too, so you just take my word for it.
I need to real quick go turn the volume down on the TV out there because Ian's finally playing Hollow Knight.
Yay.
And he's really enjoying it, but he told me to turn it down before I came in here, and I forgot. So I'll be right back. Goodbye.
Why can't he turn it down?
Yeah, what?
This makes no sense to me. She forces to start recording, and then she's like...
Also, do they not have a remote for their TV to turn it down?
It's possible that they don't. We need to find out these questions when Hannah returns. Hannah, we have some questions. Number one, why couldn't you turn it down? Number two, do you have a remote? What's going on? Are you the only person in the household allowed to adjust volume? What's happening?
Okay, so I'll take the second question first, which is no, we don't have a remote. Or rather, our remote broke like months ago and we never fixed it. I think it just kind of stopped doing the things you need a remote to do, like especially volume. So we don't have a remote, and yes, he could turn it down. Actually, it turns out he already did. But the TV, like the control panel, is on the way into this room that I'm in. And so he told me, like, hey, turn it down before you come in here. And I said I will. And then I didn't. So I felt a responsibility to turn it down myself.
That's on you.
Yeah.
She likes to follow through. She's a woman of her word.
Yes, exactly.
It's about the principle more than anything. So he had turned it down, so you turn it down even lower because you're like, no, I said I'd turn it down. And now no one can hear it.
Yeah, now the sound is off. So, okay, cool. So I want to do what are we drinking and what did we drink last night? Because we're recording this on New Year's Day. Happy 2021.
New Year!
Woohoo! Everything is not going to get better right away, but maybe it'll get better at some point this year.
At some fucking point.
Yeah. So, let's see who's first. Also, welcome back. Thanks, everybody, for giving us the last week off.
That was nice.
It was nice, but I did miss you guys. I had, I was like, oh, I could talk about this for my obsession. I don't need an obsession.
I personally needed a break from looking at your fucking faces, so I appreciate that.
So
Thank
mean.
you. JK. But, you know. It was really in the spirit of, like, not doing anything, which was really fucking nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
My first?
Yeah.
Okay, last night we drank French 75s, which is what we drank last year, but we drank less of them this year, which was totally key. We ran out of gin. What happened was we ran out of gin and simple syrup at the same time. So French 75 is gin, simple syrup, champagne. What's going on?
I mean, you've run out of two of the key ingredients.
Yeah, which was great. So we had like 2 each. So it's gin, champagne. We used rosé, bubbly rosé, which was really festive. Lemon juice, lemon twist. And so I had 2, and I wanted more because they're so drinkable, but they do have gin in them. Mm-hmm. It's like the drinkability of sparkling wine and then the punch of a gin. So I wanted more, but we didn't have two of the key ingredients. So I just drank some bubbly, and I'm so grateful because I just would have been even more miserable today. I'm okay. Today, to drink, I've got a coffee, I've got ice water, I've got some grapefruit juice. Grapefruit juice just makes me feel alive. I just love it.
Yeah, it's good. It's really nice. It's a treat.
It's just such a fucking treat. I just jam on it whenever I get it in the house.
Baby Ben, what did you drink last night and what are you drinking now? And I have a feeling it's the same answer to both.
Water.
Straight vodka.
I just stayed fucking hydrated, dude.
Hell yeah. Fuck
High
yeah.
on life, man.
I don't know.
Man, high on water.
We don't really ever drink.
Yeah.
We have alcohol in the home. In the homestead. But we don't drink it 90% of the time.
Yeah.
90 proof of the time.
Hey, nice.
That's good.
Nice.
Thanks.
That was good ever.
It was good ever.
Hell yeah. Way to keep it hydrated, Ben.
Yeah, great job, Ben.
You're an example to us all.
I had last night I had 2 drinks. I had a non-alcoholic beer, which is actually what I'm drinking today also. We've been trying out all these different, because there's some really nice, like, non-alcoholic beers hitting the market. So Ian will read reviews and then, like, suggest that we try some. So this is a new one. It's called Saria Brewing Company Grain Wave. It's a Belgian-style hops, is what it says. And contains less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. So kind of like a kombucha level of alcohol. It's nice. I mean, I don't know that I'm a person who loved beer so much that I miss it when I don't have it, even if I can't drink alcohol, but, or am not drinking alcohol. Like, Ian used to have a beer every night with dinner, and he doesn't do that anymore, so it's a nice treat for him to, like, have a non-alcoholic beer. Also, just the fact that the selection is expanding is kind of nice and seems worth exploring. But it is good. It is nice every once in a while. Like, we only got a couple of them, so this is the second one. And then there's, like, a hoppier one that we got that he's been drinking. The other thing I drank last night was champagne, and we started at midnight. So the first, like, alcoholic drink I had was at midnight, and then I had, like, 2 more glasses of it. And because we haven't been drinking as much lately, I was, like, really drunk. I mean, it was like 3 glasses of, champagne in the span of maybe like 2 hours. We were up really late too. So it was also like a fair bit of alcohol, but I was like pretty tipsy after the first half of the first glass. So, it was fun. I mean, and I honestly am not suffering that much this morning either. I'm sure my sleep wasn't very good, but I kept drinking water and stuff. And then also today I have iced tea. The one thing I've noticed this morning in terms of hangover is a cup of coffee wasn't enough to wake me up. So I'm having a little extra caffeine as well.
I'm just like, I don't sleep well. I think what it is I don't sleep well, and then I'm underslept, and that's like the big, like, I can take a nap and it'll get rid of my hangover. It's just like, I can't, my sleep gets so disrupted. But I drank a lot longer and probably more, because I had my first French 72. It was a French 75. Started with French 72, then escalated. While I was cooking dinner. So at like 7 on an empty stomach, which is like, I like to put my first layer of alcohol down on an empty stomach, or else I like can't get tipsy. If I'm eating and I start drinking when I'm eating, it doesn't do anything. So I like to put down a layer before I eat, and then it was just, I continued drinking until like 2, so.
Just lay a foundation, yeah.
I just lay that solid foundation and ride on it.
It is funny. I feel like when I was a young person, like in college, there was no amount of alcohol that wouldn't make me feel tipsy or drunk. Like, I was such a lightweight. And now it's like there are nights, I guess that's a good strategy. That's probably part of it, where like I feel like I can drink like any number of drinks within reason and not really feel different.
Yeah, even sometimes I'll just drink while I'm cooking. Like, I'll have a glass of wine while I'm cooking, and I'll get, like, pleasantly tipsy, and then by the end of dinner, I'll be completely sober, just because, like, my metabolism, whatever is going on with when I eat, it, like, removes the alcohol from, and not to the point where I would, like, confidently drive or anything, but just, like, at home, you know, if I want to, you know, get to bed on time or, like, do something where I want all my faculties, that's, like, a good strategy for me. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Anyway, very interesting stuff.
Alcohol is different when you get older.
Yeah, exactly. It's different and makes you feel worse the next day.
Other upfronts. Did you guys get a chance to watch the videos of what Ian and I did last night to celebrate the
No.
I watched one on Marco Polo. Did you post more?
On Marco Polo?
Yeah.
What channel should I be looking at?
Did that actually go through?
Yeah.
Oh, go to the front hall in Slack.
Oh,
and there's
video
a thread of
tributes to
them in there.
2020. Okay, I'm gonna watch these now.
Okay. Let's see. How should we do this? I'm gonna tell people I made a TikTok of this, and I will link to it in the description, so you guys can also watch, and we'll discuss it after they finish watching.
Had you been drinking yet?
We had like just started.
Love it. Were you video chatting with somebody?
We were on the phone with Ian's sister.
Oh, okay, because I keep hearing another
I keep hearing a third
laughter,
voice.
and I was like, "Who is that?"
Yeah, she was not with us.
Well, I assumed that, but I love your maniacal laughter.
Oh my god, the saw!
Okay, for the listener, this is a video of Ian and Hannah frantically trying to destroy like a plastic. Did he print this from his 3D printer? A 3D printed 2020.
So, Ian printed it, and he printed it on the, like, fast mode. So, Ian's 3D printer has, like, you can be like, okay, make this as strong as possible, or you can be like, I want a quick print, but it's weaker. So, he printed it like that, thinking, okay, this will be pretty easy to break, because it's, like, hollow inside. And so, I took a hammer to it, and that didn't work. And then Ian, like, clamped it and then took the hammer to it again, and that also did not work. And so finally he had to break out a saw and saw a line in it and then hammer it at the breaking point to get it to split open.
That's amazing.
But I'm glad we did it, because by the time we had, like, gone to the second set of tools and it still wasn't breaking, it felt like an omen, and I really just needed it to be destroyed as quickly as possible. So we did it, and I'll link so you can see like a slightly edited down version. So that was like our main event last night, was right after midnight. We destroyed our symbol of the year 2020.
They started drinking and then broke out the hand tools.
Yeah, the hammers and the saws.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love it.
So, yep. That's my main upfront thing. Also, how was everybody's holidays? Were they good? Were they okay?
They were good. You know, different, but we made the best of it, I thought.
You watched Bake Off?
Yeah, we watched Bake Off, which was so great to save Bake Off for that week. It was so fucking nice.
You finished it?
What? We finished it. Yep, we finished it.
Amazing.
Hell yeah.
So, loving that.
I'm going to talk more about what I've been doing during my obsession.
Okay.
How was your holidays, Hannah?
They were good. We went to, we did the quarantine thing again. So Ian's whole family, and meaning his parents and his sister, and Ian and me. You guys know this, but we all like self-quarantined, did not go anywhere or have contact with anyone outside of our household for 12 days. And then we did temp checks every day and stuff. And then we all gathered and merged our bubbles for Christmas. So we were there. We went down on Christmas Eve, and we stayed until Sunday, and then drove home. And Lucas, shout out to our brother Lucas, came by while we were gone, and fed the kitties because it turns out Jack just has to be managed on a day-to-day basis because he can't eat dry food at all. So he's really a delicate flower.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was really great. Thank you for that, Lucas. And we also like swung by. So Ian's parents live further down the Cape than our parents. So we were able to swing by like outdoors and drop off presents on the way up and pick up some additional presents on the way back from my parents' house. So we saw them. We saw them in a distanced outdoor way, but we did see them. The only people I didn't see in person from my immediate family were Ben and Kylie because they came down at a different time than we did. Excuse me, on Christmas Eve. But yeah, and then it was, I mean, I think we did a pretty good job of like communicating with each other like while we were opening presents about what we were opening. Ben got Ian an enclosure for his 3D printer. Ben and Kylie did. So now it's not so loud when he is printing something on it because it's in there. And also he can do like laser engraving indoors now without either of us having to wear goggles or anything.
Cool.
It just like blocks those rays. So that was really exciting. So yeah, it was as good as I could have hoped for under the circumstances.
Yeah, we were kind of approaching it like we'll never get Christmas just the two of us. You know, it's like such extenuating circumstances. It'll just never happen, hopefully, you know, for a really, really long time. And so just like trying to enjoy that and be as cozy as possible and make cozy things and do cozy things. It was nice. It was nice.
I like that attitude.
Max cozy.
Turn the cozy up to 11.
Yeah, it was it was up to 11 and pushing to 12.
Wanted to let the listeners know about my new hair dreams real quick. I've grown my hair out because I didn't want to go get it cut and be indoors for a long time with like a hair any people all year. And I've started to finally warm up to my long hair, and I've decided that my new plan is to never cut it again except for trims and just go gray as quickly as possible so that I can have really cool long gray hair or silver or white or whatever happens.
What's your strategy for going gray as quickly as possible?
just kind of like read a lot of the news, I think, is my main strategy.
Yell at neighborhood kids, "You're making me go gray."
Maybe if I could find
come again soon.
Maybe if I could find a really scary ghost and just have it spook me. Sometimes that turns your hair white all at once. That would be ideal.
Okay. You want all of it white all at once would be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
What? There's a movie or a show. Hold on, somebody is calling me. Chloe Brown is trying to FaceTime video me. Hold on for a second.
Chloe, answer it.
Hey, girl, I'm recording the podcast.
Can she see us?
I just had a quick question. Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah, they're waving at you. Yeah, what's up?
This is perfect that they're here, too. Can they hear me?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so...
I don't know how speakers work.
The clown story that you guys told us as little kids.
Uh-huh.
Did the clown have a name, and what was our long-lost cousin's name?
Oh good questions. Ben.
God, I don't remember.
They don't remember, so you can't hear them. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
I don't think it had a name. I don't think the clown had a name.
The long lost cousin definitely did, and that story is the reason that I'm scared of clowns still.
You're welcome.
I was talking about the lamp in Mimi's, like the overhead light in Mimi's, the room that Dominic and I stayed in.
Yeah, that was freaky as hell. I don't know the answer to either one. I feel like the long lost cousin, I could think about it for a while.
I feel like my brain is saying Diane. I don't know why.
Diana? I don't think so. Diana.
I said Maddie, but I'm also with Maddie.
Hi, Maddie. Not our brother, Maddie. Well, it wouldn't be Maddie because Maddie's the name of our brother, so it would have been something else. Like, like Laura or like...
Spatula.
What'd you say?
It said spatula.
Mindy?
Spatula. Huh?
Mindy? I feel like it was an M name.
Mindy. Mary.
Mary.
Oh,
No,
it
well,
might have been Mary.
Mary.
What was even the story that he just like pulled her into the closet?
Yeah.
Yes, and then everyone
by the
forgot
way,
she existed.
That fucking closet was in the room that
Yeah.
Lucas and I slept in.
Yeah, I think it was like they were slept too close to the closet door and the clown came out and like...
I remember like having to sleep up there at one point and being scared shitless.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
tell
then
her
like,
the part-
wasn't the end of the story that like you went downstairs and asked about the
Yes.
cousin, and Mimi was like,
Oh, yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah, the end of the story is that we go downstairs and ask Mimi where the cousin is, and Mimi's like, who is that?
Yeah.
That's so scary. Because
Yes.
Mimi's upstairs was kind of creepy because they added it onto the house themselves, so it was just stairs and then one room was upstairs.
Yeah. Two
There was
rooms.
no hallway or anything, it was just one room.
Two rooms.
The computer room was up there.
Yeah, the computer
Yeah.
room.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Been a while.
Been a
Erin
while.
and I used to write stories in that room on the
There
computer.
we go. Everyone can see everyone else. They're waving.
I know, I can see.
Well, I don't know.
Anyways, I'll let you get back into it.
All right. Thanks, Chloe. Love you. You're going to be on the podcast that comes out on Sunday. All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Wow, great content.
Yeah,
Keep
good
up
stuff.
awesome
good
content.
stuff.
Keep up the great content.
Keep up the good content.
I am gonna have to like cut down each of our responses to just be the one time and not then Erin repeating it, but I
Yeah.
think it'll be worth it. Have we talked about that clown story?
Probably.
I feel like we must have.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was how it went. The clown took you and then all the adults forgot about you. That's scary as hell.
That's
I forget
so
if like
scary.
the implication was that Mimi was somehow in on it, or it was just like
No.
that was the power of the clown.
I think
So
that's
they-
the power of the
yeah.
clown is that like not only will he take you, but like no one will fucking remember you.
Also, did
Except
he have
his
metal
future
teeth, or did I
victims.
make that up?
I think you made that up, but
I
that's
don't
chill.
remember
You know,
that.
that's the thing about stories is like sure.
Right.
Let it grow.
Yeah. That's how these
Let it
legends
grow.
begin.
Let it grow.
Let it grow.
All right, let's see.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I'm just so proud to have traumatized so many of the people I love with that story. Truly proud. It's an honor. It's an honor.
Is it possible that the cousin's name was Anna?
That sounds good.
Okay.
That does sound right.
But
I was
Hannah,
thinking.
but I feel like I wouldn't.
No, but I was thinking an A name like Angie or something like that. I had an A in my head, even though Chloe had an M.
I don't know. I kind of feel like you picked it because it kind of sounded like my name, but I don't know. Maybe we were trying
yeah,
to
that's
also
pretty
traumatize
chill.
me
Yeah, that's pretty chill.
at the same time.
It's
we'll
definitely
never
a
really
girl.
know.
I think we all agree on that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a girl.
Yeah. I miss her. Anyway, who's next?
All right, should we pop in? Do we have any more? Oh, I haven't checked the emails. I doubt there are any.
We
since
only have
we've
like a
done an
privacy notification. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
episode. Oh, that sounds important. That sounds like something that we should read. Hold on.
Hold on, this is the part of the show where we read our junk mail out loud.
Hey, wouldn't be the first time.
Okay, look, it's a privacy suggestion from Google, and you're just going to ignore that?
Yes.
They're giving us
I mean, knowing
personalized-
Google, they'll fucking email us about it a million times afterwards, like
Yeah.
they did about the goddamn Gmail trash or
giving
Google
us-
Drive trash.
I
You know what's
can't
hilarious
believe-
about that, though?
so
I
ungrateful.
don't know how it changed. Never actually read that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how it worked in the first place. That's how.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know how it changed
Yeah.
personally. Yeah, nothing else besides those really important privacy suggestions. So thank you, Google, for that.
Thanks, Google.
All right.
Okay,
let's
Google.
pop in. Oh no.
Oh my god, my phone woke up.
And like anybody who's listening to this near a Google device will like that's really funny.
Hey Alexa.
No, it's yeah. Hey Siri. Oh, my phone just went.
Okay, I'm gonna cut
Alexa,
all that,
add sawdust to the shopping list.
Oh, that might work on because Mom listens to this on her Amazon device.
Yeah, don't Molly's parents also?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they call it Echo. Play WayTooBroad on Spotify.
It's already playing it.
Yeah, I wonder what would happen though if it's playing it and it says Echo. Would it play it? Would it stop and listen and start it over?
No.
Echo maximum volume.
All right.
And then you could never get past. Then you can never listen to the end of the podcast. On the Echo.
Wow, that's mischievous.
Yeah. Echo, rewind 10 seconds.
I just remembered I had a boss once who had a daughter named Alexa, and
You just remembered you had a boss once?
Yeah. But yeah, it was frustrating for them when the Amazon stuff started coming out. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's pop in. Wow, my throat just made such a weird noise. Did you guys hear that?
Let's pop in.
Let's pop in.
Let's pop in.
Let's pop in.
Erin's first this week.
Yo, I got a
Got it.
great obsession this week, you guys.
Cool.
My obsession is a graphic novel
Oh.
that I read, and it's called Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. Here it is.
Huh.
It's by Mariko Tamaki and Rosemary
I feel like I've heard of that name.
Yeah. I think she's a Canadian writer of comics and prose. She's co-creator with Jillian Tamaki of Skim and of Caldecott and Prince Honor Book This One Summer. She also writes about superheroes for Marvel and DC Comics. Just dropping that in there. And Rosemary Valero O'Connell. And it's gay, obviously, because I read it. And it's just really nice. So it's about this high schooler. What's her fucking name? Federica. Hold on.
Is it?
Federica?
No, it's Freddie, but because we know Federica. It's not quite that name, but it's like very similar. And I'm bad with names. Not in the traditional sense. Well, everyone calls her Freddie except
What was the made-up name that you said?
Linza. Like a Linza.
That tickles me to no end.
It's like the neighbor can't be like, see me and be like, oh yeah, that's Linda.
And then Molly immediately going, Linza!
So anyway, so it's about Freddie. Freddie's a high schooler. I think she's 16 or 17. And her girlfriend, Laura Dean, is an asshole and keeps breaking up with her. And Laura Dean is like this tall, wears a tall, short hair, has a great haircut, wears a leather jacket, is like so cool. and it's just, I gotta show you some of these pictures. I know that just for you two.
It's a graphic novel, that's right.
Yeah, the art in this is so beautiful. I wish I had done in advance, gotten you a great picture of her haircut. Something I really love about this book is like all of those high school movies and shows where it's like your protagonist is awesome, but they have like this shitty ass boyfriend who just sucks. But he's like the popular guy, right? Like how many stories of those do we see? And I'm just like always so fucking frustrated with the shows. I'm like, he's a fucking loser. What the hell? Like I just don't get it. But the thing I love about this is like I was like, oh my god, I would like totally have a ginormous crush on Laura Dean and like totally put up with her shit because she is just like so cool and cute. So I feel like that's how everybody is supposed to feel when they watch those high school movies, and I just never ever did. And so I feel like this is letting me experience that, which I really appreciate. Like, that kind of clicked for me. I'm like, okay, I get it now. And that was just like, it's just really cool. I'm just trying to show you. She just has the coolest haircut, you guys. Well, you can kind of see it here. She's got like this, like, it's like shaved in the back. And she's just like tall and lanky and just like cool, a cool cat. So it's basically just about this turmoil between Freddie and, oh yeah, here we go. Here's a good one. She's just like, I gotta make my little screen bigger. She's just like so cool and just like, you know, here's what she says when she first, Laura Dean is first asking Freddie out when they first met. She says, I'm going to ask you to a movie. And then Freddie says, oh yeah? And she says, that's right. And you're going to say yes. Know why? And she's like, got her hand in her hair, like pushing her hair back. Laura Dean is. And Freddie's like, why? And then Laura Dean like tosses her head to the side and says, because I'm irresistible. Just this like asshole, but like so like handsome and just like I would like absolutely make all the same choices Freddie does in this book. So anyway, it's great. It's queer and it's, you know, not about coming out. It's not about homophobia. It's like there are other great queer characters in it. It's a nice book about friendship and how to navigate being in love and that being real, like really being in love, but like the person you love is an asshole and like how to navigate that. So really great. Loved it very much. Highly recommend.
It sounds wonderful. It sounds like such a delight.
It is a delight. And if you're local in the, you know, North Carolina area, you can check it out from my Lesbian Lending Library.
Oh.
I'd be happy to loan it to you. It's just like a bunch of cool characters. I keep saying animation. The art is just beautiful. Everybody has such cool outfits. I'm going to show you another one. I know this is not, but like there's this great character who's a guy and he wears 2 earrings and like he looks so great. And then there's this other character who has like the coolest style. It's just a really great graphic novel. I feel like I have a hard time knowing how to properly read a graphic novel because I'm so compelled by the story that I want to move through it quickly. But it's like, how do you move through the story and also like really take time to appreciate
Kylie
the art?
always makes fun of me when I'm reading graphic novels because I read them faster than she does because she spends more time like sitting and appreciating the art on every panel. But I agree. I just want to like move through it.
Yeah, I read them very quickly. So cute.
I just love that top.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry for all the visuals, but it is a graphic novel, listener, so check it out if you're interested.
Is it all in that color scheme? Like pink and black and gray?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Neato.
Yep. So that's me. That's all I got.
I love it. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, check it out. You can sit down and knock it out in like 2 hours. Well, I guess Kylie couldn't. She would be appreciating the art more. But like the story is really compelling.
Maybe Kylie is the weird one and we're normal.
Whoa.
Did you ever think about that?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what to do. I'll go back and kind of like make sure to appreciate all the details, but it's hard to know what to do.
I kind of feel like there's probably not a right way to read a graphic novel. Like, I think those are both perfectly valid ways too. Not that Kylie should stop making fun of you. I would never say that.
I think reading it backwards is not.
Reading it upside down.
If that's what you want to do, like, do it. Go for it.
You know what? You're fucking right. You're absolutely
backwards and upside down. Yeah. Cool. Great obsession, Erin. Love that. Looking forward to buying my own copy.
Yeah, please do. Oh, and on the back here is a review from Molly Knox Ostertag.
Oh,
cool. Love her.
We love her.
Ben, what's your obsession?
My obsession is just fantastic Christmas gift that Kylie got me. One of the better ones ever. She got me a freaking 3D printer.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Was that on your list?
Nope, I had no idea.
Hell yeah!
And so I have been just 3D printing a storm all week. Kylie said I've been using it even more than she thought I would. Been printing a lot of Pokemon figures because that's fun. Like I got a little Bulbasaur here.
Love that guy.
Oh my God.
I got a little Vulpix that's printed with translucent clear red material.
Wow.
Just more visual stuff for. I got a little Mew that I'm gonna paint.
Oh, nice.
At some point.
These the quality on these is so good.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Because I got a very different kind of 3D printer. I knew fuck all about 3D printing before Kylie got me this. And
it's funny because, she was planning on getting you this for a while. Like, she messaged us and was like, hey, just so you know, I'm getting Ben a 3D printer. So I, assumed it was something that you had been talking about for a while. Wow, nope. Fascinating. Go on, sorry.
I had no idea. And... yeah, apparently she did a bunch of research and told Ian the one she was thinking about she got, and Ian was like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna get that for myself," but then there were a couple reasons he didn't. I think it was mostly a space thing because there are basically two main kinds of 3D printers. There's what's called FDM, which I think stands for fused. Fuck, I always forget. Fused deposition.
Fuck.
I always forget.
Yeah. Fuse,
what
fuck,
does it
damn
stand
me.
For? FDM, fused deposition modeling.
That's the one Ian has that builds from the ground
so
up.
That's it builds from the ground up, and it's basically the operating principle there is it has some kind of filament, some kind of plastic that it heats up and then extrudes in a certain pattern. And so that's why that one's a lot louder, is because you need to have motors to move in all three directions in order to move things around to deposit your stuff. It also needs to heat up to do that. And then the other main class is SLA, which is actually the older one, and that stands for stereolithography apparatus. But there are other, technically mine is an LCD 3D printer, but it's the same operating idea, which is you have this liquid resin that cures when exposed to UV light. And so you basically, layer by layer, you expose it to UV light in a certain pattern. And then that resin hardens, and then you lift it up and then drop back down into the next layer. And so the reason we mentioned FDM printers built from the ground up is because, technically, these print from the bottom up also, but they print upside down. Because the build platform dips into the resin, and then there's an LCD screen. Mine's called LCD because there's an LCD screen on the bottom that has UV lights in it, and then it exposes whatever pattern it needs for that layer, and then it lifts off and then dips back down for the next layer, exposes whatever pattern. So you can get these are the kind that are more often used for doing things like printing little figurines and minis for D&D and stuff, because you can get much finer detail, and also they're a lot quieter because the only mechanical movement is up and down. All of the XY detail is just carried out by exposing the UV light in whatever pattern. The only downside of them is that liquid resin smells really bad and is toxic. And so you need to be very careful when using them. But the case that it's in is it's not airtight, but it's semi-airtight. So while it's actually printing and just sitting, I have just resin sitting in the printer right now, it doesn't stink up the place. It's only while it's open and you're refilling it or cleaning it. But you also have to wear gloves when you take it out and wash it off with alcohol and then you have to do a final cure with UV light. So Kylie also got me like a little curing machine. It's basically just a turntable with UV lights.
Oh, cool.
Because it's not like totally, even though it does it layer by layer, it's not like totally mechanically strong until you do that final cure of the whole thing. So yeah, I printed a whole chess set, which is really cool. And that's the other cool thing about these is I showed you this Vulpix I printed that's like translucent red. You can't do translucent materials with an FDM printer. That's only a thing you can do with a resin printer. So I got a translucent red, and I got like just a clear translucent one that like comes out foggy, which is really cool. So I printed a chess set where the black side is black resin and then the white side is like translucent resin pieces.
I think you might be able to get it clearer with the right sort of treatment on the outside, couldn't you?
Yes, yeah. I think if I had, because I didn't have I bought a cleaning machine too now, and I got higher percentage alcohol than I had before. I only had rubbing alcohol, which is like 70%, and I got 95%. And I think like because the red ones came out a little clearer than the white ones, but I actually liked the foggy effect it had specifically for the chess pieces. So I was okay with it for those, but I think for other stuff it can be clearer, you're right, if it's like cleaned better. But yeah, it's just been so fun to... Oh, and also I showed you the Mew I printed. This was a journey in learning how to 3D print things properly, because you'll notice this tail, like it has to build off of itself layer by layer, and there's nothing underneath the tail. So my first attempt at printing it, let's see if I can grab it here, led to this, basically. Like the tail broke off halfway through. I'll describe for the listeners. Because I didn't have anything supporting it. And so I had to go through, I think, 5 iterations of trying various things to make it work. And these are ones that I cut off halfway through so that the heads are flat because it didn't finish printing. And ended up having to, generate a bunch of supports underneath every part of the tail for it to print properly. But then it did, and now I have a cute little guy.
Ben, what kind of files does your printer use to create the prints?
So it starts with STL files, which is like the standard 3D printing thing. But then there's a program that was recommended to be used by the printer called Chitubox. That's the slicing software, which is what takes the model and slices it into layers.
Bless you.
And that outputs, I think, .cbdlp files or something. It's a weird file extension.
Hypothetically, if Ian were... So Ian makes when he makes a custom 3D file, usually what he does is he actually makes it in VR. You could do this too if you got a VR headset. Bless you. He there's a program, I forget what it's called, that he makes the thing in VR, and then it automatically exports to his computer, and then he can look at it like on the computer to see if it looks how he expected and go back. So often I'll find him like in the living room going back and forth between the VR world and the computer, like designing
so cool.
something. So what I was thinking was, because yes, there are several reasons that Ian didn't get the resin ones. The main one being like Ben said, the space that we have here to deal with the fume situation in this house and just specifically in this room would be really untenable. But because you're not building with like layer after layer in the same way, you can get a much smoother print, which is what you're seeing, and like kind of more solid in a quicker way. If you want like a totally solid print on Ian's type of 3D printer, it takes a really long time because it has to lay so much in the middle.
And also, like, because FDM printers will always have, this is a thing from work that's been FDM 3D printed, and you can see, you can kind of always see the layers and like little grooves on it.
But so what I was thinking was,
the resin ones are much smoother.
Hypothetically, if Ian like had a design that he wanted to turn into eventually like metal, this is just me thinking selfishly, but like he's done those 3D printed before, but it is hard to, it's time consuming and not perfect to sand down the edges to make it like as smooth as possible, to make it look like it's not 3D printed. He could potentially like send files to you and you could print them, right? That'd be cool.
I mean, obviously, I'm limited on. I think his printer can print things much bigger than mine can. I think, although I don't actually know what his size limitation is.
It's not huge,
but yeah.
But most of the stuff he makes
STL files are like super standard for 3D printing stuff, so that's probably what his export has.
Sweet. Maybe we can work out some sort of arrangement. Where we actually pay for resin and
we got Kylie's brother a new computer for Christmas, and one of the things he's been getting into using Blender, which is like a 3D art modeling software, and we were telling him like if he wants to manifest one of his creations, he can send it to me and we can print it, which is really cool.
That's really cool. I have a bunch of questions. Number one, when you say resin is toxic, the liquid resin is toxic, like the fumes are toxic. Also, how much does it cost and how much does it take to make some of your things? And then also, like, what's your size limitation for the things that you make?
I don't think that the fumes are that toxic. I think it's mainly the liquid itself. Mm-hmm. But I do wear a mask while I'm refilling the resin tank and exposing myself to the fumes just for bonus safety. I also got an air purifier that I leave running when I'm 3D printing.
Smart.
Although, I did the thing I was showing you before was the dust sensor that I built for work that like senses particulate matter in the air, and it's not sensing. It wasn't sensing a huge increase with the printer, but I don't know how small the matter is. But anyway, what was the second question?
Oh, is it expensive? Like, how much would you guess your figurines cost?
It's like $30 for a 1,000 gram bottle of resin. Mm-hmm. And like I think the heaviest thing I've printed is Bulbasaur, which was I think like 70 grams. Mm-hmm. So whatever that math works out to, like 70 divided by 1,000 times 30. This was like what? So 70. What was I doing? 70
like
divided by 1,000. Yeah, like $2. Is that right?
Yeah.
7%. Like $2 is the most expensive thing I printed. But most of these things, like awesome. these Mews that I printed, I think were like 15 grams each or something though. So they're each like less than $1. It's really not awesome. Too expensive.
That's really cool.
And it's like the pool that you put in there, all of that is reusable. You don't have to like clear that out.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, like when I switch out resin colors, I put the unused resin back in the bottle that I had it in. So like it's not like if I have extra resin, I can't use it anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
I got a question about size.
One of the least exciting looking things I printed, but most exciting for me just for the future of things, is that because I was thinking one of the potential applications I could use this for is like little enclosures for electronics projects. And so just as like a proof of concept and to learn a 3D software called Fusion 360, which is like a popular like engineering 3D modeling software thing, I made this little platform that an Arduino board like just slots into, which is like not super like exciting, but it is kind of cool, and it has threaded pegs, which is neat because I wanted to try out 3D printing threads, and it worked pretty well. Although I think I need to go like one size up or something because I may have picked too small of a thread size to be printed super well. But anyway, yeah, that's the next thing I really want to do is some kind of like 3D printed because I can use translucent resin to like have a chamber for an LED built into it, and so I can like have a little like lit thing. I think that'd be really cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So I want to figure out how to start doing that.
So you can only use that specific kind of resin, right? Just like you can customize the color, but the material is always going to be resin.
Yes, I think so. Although I did accidentally buy, when I was buying the translucent red one, I accidentally bought it's like the same brand and everything, but it's called ABS-like resin. ABS is like a FDM material that's apparently like really strong, and this is like replicates some of those properties, which I don't really care about, but it's the one I accidentally bought, and it wasn't like more expensive or anything. So
yeah, I think
know.
ABS is like stronger but more brittle. It's a type of plastic. So
yeah,
cool. It'll be fun to try.
Yeah, I actually, because one of the things you can do with FDM printers is they're like flexible materials, and I was wondering if that was something I wanted to look into, is they're like flexible resins.
Oh, probably. Oh yeah,
that would be neat.
I think you could find that. That's so cool, Ben.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's neat that you now have two types of, like you were saying, Hannah, 3D printers in the family.
Mm-hmm.
So
we can.
Yeah, if anyone needs anything 3D printed, just holler at Ben. His number is.
But yeah, I mean, either of us will. Erin, are you still quietly saying a phone number?
652
8675309.
That's cool, Ben. Good job, Kylie.
Way to go, Kylie.
Yeah.
They're freaking coming through with a great gift.
Yeah, it's cool as hell.
3D printer. Awesome. Me now?
You know.
All right. You guys might be aware of this. I don't want to say that my obsession is TikTok, because I think TikTok has had as many negatives in my life and use of time as it has positives, meaning I waste a lot of time on it. But recently I started making these time-lapse videos of something I've talked about before, which is like magic painting, like those books with just water, and putting them on TikTok and also sharing them into the Family Slack art channel. And I mean, Maddie really likes them. I don't get a ton of reaction anywhere besides that, but I really like to make them, and I think they're really fun to watch. And I actually bought so wait, let me go back to the beginning. On Christmas Day, as I was opening presents, I opened the one from Lucas and Federica, and I have spoken before on the fact that there is a particular book of this magic painting that is like the only one I've ever seen that was made for adults, from a company called Thunder Bay Press. And I've bought it 3 times. That's just the exact same book, because it's the only one. Like, the paper is a little bit thicker. The colors are a lot more interesting. I mean, it's kind of hard to find those magic painting books anyway, but every other one I've ever found is for children. So I went, I opened present, and it was a new fucking Thunder Bay Press book.
Wow.
Magic painting book. And I was like blown away. I guess I haven't looked in a while, because it says it came out in 2019, but I swear I've looked since 2019. But I mean, this year has sort of been a lost year anyway. But like, they actually, my mother-in-law pointed out to me later in the day, they actually have put out 2 or 3 more since I last looked. And so Lucas and Federica found one. I was so excited to dig into it, and I actually bought another one of the new ones that hasn't arrived yet. But then when I got home, then I started. I made like a couple little videos of like just sort of slow videos for TikTok of just like me doing the magic painting thing, like showing it the brush being dipped in water and then showing it being painted, and it got me thinking that it would be really fun to do like an overhead video, but I didn't have any of the tools to do that. So I actually ordered like a ring light that comes with a phone stand, a phone holder on it, and you can like tip it down 180 degrees. So I have it set up next to the table in the living room, and I tip it down and turn the light on and like put the phone in place, and it takes like 30 to 40 minutes for each one. And then I like speed it up until it's under a minute long. And then I put that up on TikTok, and nobody watches it, but that's fine. But
it's art. That's making art, baby.
Yeah, but I just think obviously I really like the craft itself. I've been doing it for a long time. I also think the sped up videos are really fun to watch. So have you guys watched them in the art channels?
I'm watching one right now, and I'm loving the rain sounds that you have.
Oh, the last one from today?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's nice about TikTok is that they have a lot of options for music.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And it like suggests them.
This is soothing.
Isn't it nice? It's like
it's soothing. It really is.
So
give your TikTok handle out.
Oh yeah, it's Hannah and her cats. HANNAH and her cats on TikTok. So if you're on there, most of the videos, including the one that Erin's watching right now, have an appearance from at least Jack in them. And then I have some older videos of like that are just cat videos. And I'll keep posting stuff like that, but yeah,
it's soothing as hell.
I really like it. Like I just like to make them. So yeah, if you're on TikTok, follow me if you like it. But I just enjoy doing the craft, and then I enjoy watching it all sped up. It's just a nice, fun thing to do.
I feel like the chill music with the rain, like this is really good music for this sort of thing. Like that sort of just like zen, atmospheric.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. It was suggested to me, but I did pick it, so.
Yeah. I'm watching it again.
It's nice. So I'm still perfecting it. Like some of the videos that I have done have weird angles, or I don't feel like the lights are perfect. But that last one that I posted today on the 1st, I feel like is the first one where I kind of think everything worked.
It's professional.
Worked pretty well.
It's pretty professional.
And I started it with a cat picture to hopefully draw people in. Because he like walked across the camera screen a couple times. But yeah, that's I've been doing like a fair number of those, and I have picked out a few more designs that I think will be fun to do it with that I'm gonna do. So they're gonna keep coming, both on TikTok and on Slack.
The moment where you do the rainbow in order, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
That is good.
I saved it for last on purpose because I knew it was going to be good.
And you went in order, like in the same direction. That's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
That's good.
That right there is good.
Good.
Erin just replied, I love this. Thank you, Erin.
You're welcome. I wanted the family to know that I'd love it. Oh, did I do the right one? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have some more. I have some like cool cat ones to do. And then when I have that whole other book coming, I'm excited to do more of them. So please watch them and enjoy them. This is to you two and anyone else listening. And that's all. That's all I've been doing. That's pretty much all I've been doing.
So, that's great. Treat yourself, relax.
Yeah.
Did you get any time off? You take any time off? I know that you hadn't accidentally forgot to, but...
Well, so I took off Wednesday before Christmas, and then I took off Monday after Christmas, and then the office was closed Thursday and Friday. So I'm having a 5-day... Basically, I had two 2-day work weeks in a row. So my biggest concern at this point is next week being a full work week is going to be awful. Going to feel awful. And also, the first week coming back, people tend to have a lot of catching up to do that becomes your problem. So we'll see.
Yeah. Indeed, they do.
But yeah, I've been relaxing for a couple days, so.
Good.
Yeah. And work was pretty quiet. Good. It's that time. Nobody's there.
Yeah. Yep.
Well.
Great obsession, Hannah. Really soothing.
Thank you.
Good work. Keep up the great content. Keep up the great content.
Thank you.
Content. And I'm not on TikTok, so continue to post them in art. I will watch them.
I will continue to.
Excuse you.
I promise. Maddie really likes them, which I enjoy. He's the most enthusiastic feedback I've been getting. So,
excuse me, you got 2 pieces of enthusiastic feedback on this thread.
you're right. Until now.
One cousin says, I love this. The other cousin says, that's good. It's me and Ben.
All right, let's do homework. Erin, what's your homework?
Great. My homework is for everybody to read Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. It's a really lovely little graphic novel. And then when you're done that, you can read another book. Okay. You can head over to lesbianlendinglibrary.com. It's just currently an inventory of the books I have, but, you know, hopefully one day it'll be a little more. I'm just dreaming and scheming about what it could be. I would like to give a shout out to my friends Jen and Tara, who are my only but very active patrons of the Lesbian Lending Library. I frequently put a little book package together for them, and based on what they've liked in the past, and that's really gratifying for me. So thank you to you too for keeping my dream alive.
Nice.
Are they listeners?
I don't think so, but I don't know. So we'll find out. I think that's it. Right?
Right?
I'm off my game. It's been a week. What else do I do?
I think that's it. Baby Ben,
Great.
what's your homework?
My homework is to get a 3D printer.
Okay.
No, I don't know. My homework is to. I actually don't know how to turn this into homework.
Maybe, like, if you're interested, to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I got is called the Elegoo Mars 3D printer. Or Mars. I think it's called there's like a Mars Pro. I don't know what's different about it. There's also another one I've heard of and looking things up. That's another good resin one. It's called the Anycube Photon, I think. Yeah, I feel like I'm eventually going to get an FDM 3D printer at some point, too.
They're fun, too. It's really fun to watch them work, even though they're louder. The couple things you could say if people want to check out software for developing 3D things. You mentioned Blender, and then also Ian texted me the software I was talking about that is a VR thing is called Gravity Sketch. So if you have a VR headset, you could check that out too.
And Fusion 360 is more of an engineering one than like an artsy one, but it's still a good one. It's free for a year.
Still a good one. Do you want to, are you planning on streaming anytime soon?
Oh yeah, my Twitch is Disco Greg. Oh yeah, I was actually thinking about streaming a Pokemon Nuzlocke soon.
Oh, fun.
I started one already, but I may just pick it up and we can and do it on stream.
Yeah, you'll just have to introduce us to all of your Pokemon so far, because you named them, right?
Yeah, I did, of course.
Good.
I was going to do it of Pokemon Crystal Clear, which is that ROM hack I was playing a while ago, if you remember, which is basically like a better version of Gen 2. Mm-hmm. I got it on my big computer.
The water is crystal.
And my Twitter is Nicely Proof Ben. That's the other one. That's it. That's me.
That's the one.
So clear. Okay. My homework is follow me on TikTok if you're on TikTok at Hannah and her cats, and or just ask on social media for the podcast or on my Twitter for some videos of my time-lapse magic painting with water, and I'll post them on Twitter. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. They've got fun instrumental music, and some of the music has lyrics, but fun, relaxing music, and some of them have cats in them sometimes, and so check them out. I'm on Twitter at Hanthropology. I'm on Instagram and Hanthropology. I don't spend a lot of time on either of those apps, honestly, but I have another podcast you can still listen to, although it ended in 2019, called So Dreamy. And the podcast, if you want to call us, leave us a message or text us. Our phone number is 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
But don't dial Blaze it. Excuse me.
Blaze it.
We're on Twitter at WayTooBroadPod. We're on Instagram at WayTooBroad. You can email us at WayTooBroad@gmail.com. And if you missed any of that contact information or want to find links that we said we were going to post, you can find all of that at WayTooBroad.com for anything you want. EarnBen.com for anything you need. Mm-hmm. MaxFund.org for some sweet internet content. And that's it. So thanks for listening. Happy New Year. We love you. Hope you have
We love you.
Hope your year started off good. And the podcast candles. Did you light a candle here?
Oh, fuck. No, I didn't.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm
it's okay.
so fucking sorry.
It's just one. This podcast candle is now extinguished.
Bye.
Bye. I forgot to tell you, we got a bunch of new candles. Hello?
Hello.
This one smells like Christmas trees. This is called Tree Farm. It's got a little apple